Sorry, the tables are all taken. Where's Mike Egan? He's not here. I mean, now look, Mr. Sladen, you know the boss said you were to stay out of here. Get inside. I want to talk to you.
Who let you in?
What I gotta say is private.
Anything you got to say to me, my secretary's going to hear. Start talking.
We knocked off a truckload of furs tonight. They're worth 200 grand. We're hot as a pistol. We had to kill a guy. We need a hideaway for those skins and enough dough to take them out of town.
Why come to me?
Why not? I knew you had the ready cash. And besides, you can't afford any trouble. Would take the cops too long to get here, lady. Lay off that phone.
Okay, Janie, I can handle it.
Get out. I always believe in giving a sap 2 chances. That's our temporary address. You got it tomorrow night. Think it over.
Oh, but Mike.
I never turned stool pigeon yet, Janie. I ain't going to start now.
If you don't...
I know. If I don't, I'm through.
Oh, but Mike, you've worked and schemed to be legitimate. Why let Sladen drag you down to his level?
You know, Janie, the trouble with leeches is they stick to you.
Listen, Mike, why don't you go to Europe for a while? There's a boat sailing tonight.
When I go to Europe, it's going to be because I want to go, not because some gun-crazy mad dog run me out of town.
But don't you see, if you're out of reach, he'll go after somebody else. And they might be in a position to do what you won't do. I mean, if you're not here...
Jenny, you've got it. That's it.
You mean you'll go?
I'm going someplace I haven't been in years. Probably get my name in the papers. I haven't had any good publicity in a long time. Jenny, this is going to be fun.
You're a vicious character, Egan. You've laughed at the law for years. Men like you are a public menace. By devices known and practiced by men of your kind, you have successfully escaped deserved punishment for your many offenses against the law. You have pleaded guilty to an unprovoked assault upon an officer of the law. Michael Egan, your record shows you have been convicted before on the same charge.
Oh, Judge, that was years ago when I didn't know any better. I served my time.
I'm quite aware of that, and I suppose you expect another sentence of only 30 days for this offense. Well, I don't intend to let you off so easily. Under the laws of this state, a second offense of assault is a felony. And under the laws, I am empowered to sentence you to serve a maximum of 2 years in state prison.
2 years? Well, Judge, I only wanted 30 days.
2 years. Court dismissed.
This way, Mike.
Well, I started my career when I was but a mere babe.
Oh, Mr. Egan, I want your memoirs.
I sent them to the laundry.
Mr. Egan, you say the cutest things. But as I was saying, I represent 623,000 readers. That averages about 3.5 people to a family. I don't know why they have half people, but I guess maybe it can't be helped. But as I was saying...
You just said it.
Did I?
Yeah.
Hi, Ken.
Hiya, Mike.
Listen, Mike, I'm in trouble with my city editor already, and if I go back and tell him you said you wasn't saying anything...
What
well,
my friend here is trying to say is, what's the answer?
There ain't any answer.
Oh, but there's got to be an answer. My boss said so.
Hey, you better beat it, Jenny. You got a lot of things to tend to.
All right, boss. See you later.
Okay.
Now listen, Mike, you're out of the racket. You own the biggest nightclub in the city. Why would you go out and slug a copper?
I can't have your memoirs. I'll take your autograph. I'll put you right next to Mae West.
Now, that's a pretty good offer, lady, but I've got a previous engagement.
Hey, listen, Mike.
Hey, Jane, wait a minute.
I've got nothing to say to you.
You've got plenty to say to me. You're not fooling me.
Whatever that means.
I mean, nobody does anything for nothing.
Could you possibly imagine anybody being loyal to a friend?
In this town?
Mike Egan gave me a job when I was down and out. Desperate. He's treated me like a lady. You and the rest of them have hounded Mike ever since he went legitimate. He wants to be square, decent. You reporters won't let him alone.
Can I help it if I'm a reporter? You know, we're like olives. We grow on. After a while, you get so you love us. Now, if you're on the level, that's great. I'm all for you. But for Mike's own good, wouldn't you rather have my paper print the truth? Now, you know why Mike did it. If you don't know, no one does. You've been his secretary ever since he got prosperous. He's been prosperous ever since you got to be his secretary.
If I tell you, will you quit following me?
Lying down.
All right, why?
Down.
Because he always wanted to play piccolo in the prison band.
Well, young lady, this is as far as you go. Come on, Mike, make it snappy.
Well, so long, Janie. Oh, when I think of it, you better raise your salary. Say, $10 a week.
Big-hearted Mike.
Ain't you got a home?
I was just kidding, Ken. Little lady, you're on your own. You just figure out how much you ought to collect, and it's okay with me. Put that in your paper.
With pictures?
This guy's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, terrific.
You'll be up every Saturday with the reports, huh?
Yes, Mike. Good luck.
Oh, I'll be all right. Taking it pretty good, ain't it?
Sure, and it'll be in the paper, Mike.
Oh, you better send me an extra copy, you know, for the scrapbook.
Now, listen, Mike. I gave you a lot of breaks in my paper. How about a break for me? I mean, why?
If this guy does any talking, he'll do it to me. How about it, Mike? Are you going to loosen up and tell me what Ed Sladen had to do with you taking this rap?
Oh, so you and I have the same idea, huh? Well, that proves anything can happen once.
Oh, shut up. Mike, this is your last chance. What about Ed Sladen?
Well, what about him?
Well, maybe we'll find out inside. Come on.
Say, you know, we just got an hour till train time. Why don't we get something to eat while we're waiting?
I don't feel like eating.
Well, that's fine. I'll save money. We'll just talk.
I don't feel like talking. Take me to the station, driver.
Yes, ma'am.
And don't hurry the horses. You don't mind if I get in my own cab, do you? Oh, come on now. Why don't you tell me what it's all about, huh?
So you can put it in the paper?
No. Because Mike Egan is a friend of mine, too. And so are you. Or at least I hope so.
Oh, well, why not? Can't make any difference now. Sladen wanted Mike to go in on a deal with him.
I knew it. What kind of a deal?
Sladen and his men pulled that fur holdup. He wanted Mike to hide the furs and lend him money to dispose of them. Mike said no. So he gave Mike 24 hours to change his mind.
Driver, $20 extra if you get me to New York twice as fast as you ever made the trip before.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do?
Oh, nothing. Except I know where Sladen is. Hiya, Cap.
What do you want?
I understand the police want the man who staged that fur holdup.
Why don't you quit trying to be a detective?
Why don't you?
All right, why don't
Now, wait a
you...
minute, Captain Rourke. I didn't come here to play games. I'm even sorry I made that crack. Ed Sladen staged that holdup, and I know where he is.
You know where Sladen is?
I can lead you right to him.
Right, squad. You better be right. Take 2 men around the back. Fred, take a couple of men to cover that side. Hey, what's behind that door?
我唔知條你講乜嘢啊？你真係呢次做乜啊？交流陣我啲
All right, I'll see you later.
Who's that?
Policeman come downstairs.
You didn't have to shoot that guy. We had nothing to do with it. He done it. Come on, let's get out of here. Listen, Rat, I never shot a guy in my life. I never carried a rod. You guys are in this whether you like it or not. I'm in too deep to worry about getting any deeper. Take these. You too. There's only one way to get out of here, and that's blast our way out. Come on.
Well, hello, Sladen. Oh, did you get hurt? Well, that's too bad. Come on, pull up your britches. We're going to school.
Mike Egan knew where we were. You got us into this. A dirty stool pigeon. I'll take care of him. Well?
You're in a tough spot.
So what?
I want you to go to court tomorrow and plead guilty. If you stand trial, you'll get the chair. Nobody can save you. Plead guilty and you have a chance for parole. At least you'll be alive.
All right. Mike Egan ratted on me. That's the reason I'm here. You understand? Then he took a run out and turned the cops loose on me. I want to see Mike Egan. You fix it so I'll wind up where he is. Then I'll take the plea.
Well, I'll do what I can.
Yeah. Do that.
I know all about you, Sladen. I also know there's bad blood between you and another inmate here, Mike Egan. Egan is here for 2 years. You're here for life. Your only chance depends on how you behave yourself. Now, I warn you, trouble with Egan will mean much more serious trouble for you.
I never did like little fat guys that make speeches.
All right, Varner. Take him out.
Okay, tough guy. Move.
Hey, buddy, a new fish coming in.
Fresh fish on the line, boys.
Hello, Eddie.
Hi, kid.
Hi, Eddie. Take a good look, Egan. You'll be seeing me again. Soon.
Get going.
The warden will see you now.
Thanks, Dad.
File those.
Yes,
Hello, Williams.
Hello, Warden. I came up about Mike Egan.
Oh, he's doing fine. Behaving himself, working hard.
Yeah? I understand you made him bookkeeper in the prison laundry.
That's right.
And, Sladen and his two pals, they're in the laundry too, aren't they?
I can't keep Sladen and his men in solitary forever. As long as they obey the rules, they'll be given the same privileges as any other prisoner.
That's fair enough. But, what about that guard, Dan Stone?
Stone's one of my best men.
Did you know his son was killed hijacking a whiskey truck 6 years ago? He blamed Mike Egan.
Why?
The kid saw a chance to clean up some big dough working for Mike's outfit. Mike didn't even know the kid. But to Stone, Mike's responsible for his son's death. He hates Mike. Oh, I'm not printing it, but I thought maybe you'd want to have Stone watched as well as Sladen.
Stone's on duty in the laundry, too.
How are you getting along with the book I got for you?
Oh, fine, Pop, fine.
Do you know that in all the time I've been librarian here, you're the first person ever checked that book out more than once?
That so? Well, you know me, Pop. I'm a pretty slow reader. Besides, I like to look at the pictures.
There aren't any pictures in the epigrams of Marcus Aurelius?
There ain't. I was kidding.
Break it up.
Say, Stone.
Get back to work.
You don't never relax, do you?
Well, let's have it. All right, you guys, start a riot. Slug somebody. I'll take care of Egan. You too.
Give me that. Go on, get into line. Get in there! Line up there, you! Come on, line up. Come on, line up. Come on, line up. Come here! Line up! Thanks for helping me out, Varner.
Okay, Mike. Maybe you can do the same for me someday.
Keep going. Come on, move in.
Who took this knife from the shoe shop? Stone, you're responsible for searching the men entering the laundry? How did you miss this?
I don't know, sir.
Your carelessness might have ended in murder. Who started the fight? All right, Pop, you.
I don't know.
Don't know or won't tell? Sladen, Actus, Parks. You came here under life sentence. But there is a possibility that sometime in the future, good behavior would give you a chance for parole. But murder will send you to the chair. Troublemakers can't win in this prison. I gave you men your chance.
So what?
Varner,
Yes, sir.
have these 3 men placed in solitary confinement. All their privileges are revoked, pending further decision.
Come on, boys. Smart guy. Shut up.
Warden, can I say something to these guys? When are you going to start getting smart? You don't scare me, Sladen. You think I took a rap up here because I was afraid of you. Well, that's a bum guess. I took it because I've had all the trouble I wanted. That don't mean I can't take care of any trouble that comes my way.
You stool pigeon.
You think I put the finger on you, huh? Say, listen.
That'll be all. Take him away.
Come on.
Wait a minute, Mike.
I'm sorry this happened, Warden.
I hope Sladen would get wise to himself. Well, it was wrong.
There's no reason why you should worry about it. I can handle Sladen.
Don't forget, you'll be coming up for parole pretty soon.
Yeah. Say, this row ain't going to count against me, is it?
I don't think so. You've behaved yourself here, and you can rely on me to explain the situation to the board.
Thanks, Warden. You know, if they had more guys like you in here, this place would get popular. Hi, pal.
You've got a visitor.
Say, listen. After me being here a year and 4 months, it's about time we buried the hatchet.
Don't you talk to me.
Okay. Hello, kid.
Hello, boss.
What's the bad news?
We cleared $442 on the week.
Well, it could be worse.
And it will be. Listen, Mike, the place is losing all the time. I've done all I can do.
Don't I know it?
People used to come to see you. They don't come anymore.
Hey, what about that offer we got?
That was 6 months ago. Nobody wants a place now.
Well, keep the joint going till I get out. I come up for parole Monday. I ought to be out in a few weeks.
Well, then what will you do?
Something I never even told you, Janie. I got a little dough tucked away in a spot and nobody knows but me. In fact, kid, I've got $300,000 cash, clean money. Nobody's got a string on it but me.
Well, then you're all right no matter what happens.
No. Not if I stick around those bright lights. A gun-crazy guy put me in a spot once, and there'll be more like him as long as they can get at me. I'm a target. Janie, I'm going to quit and live on that hideaway dough. Don't you worry. I'll always have a job for you.
I'm not worrying. Mike, is that money in a safe place?
Safe? Janie, if you knew who was taking care of that 300 grand for me, listen, that dough of
Don't
mine
say
is...
it.
Your time is up.
You wouldn't give a guy a break, would you, Stone?
Not you.
Okay.
Say, I think I got a pardon for you.
That's what you've been telling me once a month for the last 20 years.
You can't say I'm not trying.
All I got to say is I'd certainly like to get out of here. You got a swell guy running the joint and a lot of nice kids living here, but I'd rather be outside.
Egan, you've got a bad past record.
Why? I was legitimate 5 years ago, paid my taxes and squared all the raps. That is, all except a couple of little ones I forgot. That's how come they got me in here.
You've behaved yourself in prison. What you might do outside is another matter.
Mister, I'm through. Oh, I know every guy that goes out of here says that until he gets out and changes his mind. But with me, it goes. I'm selling my joint and I'm retiring. You can put that in the paper if you want to. Mike Egan's through. With your permission, I'm going to go so far from here that you can't find me with carrier pigeons. And I ain't ever coming back.
Parole granted.
Thanks, gentlemen.
I'll do what I can, Miss Rogers, to help you and Mike evade the reporters. I don't know, though.
He wants to be let alone. He's going out of here to start all over. And a lot of publicity would just make it harder for him.
I understand. Get Egan. Take him to the tailor shop and then bring him here.
Yes, sir.
Thanks. I'll do the same thing for you sometime.
Now, see here, Williams.
I'm sorry, Warden, but I'm personally interested in Big Mike's case.
So you can make some more trouble for him?
Oh, now listen, Jane. I'm only trying to help Mike. There are a bunch of news hounds out there waiting to pounce on him as soon as he steps out. Now, if you'll quit snapping at me, I'll fix it so they never get to him.
How's your pal, Egan?
Ask him.
Tell a big fella goodbye.
He sure leaving a happy home, boss.
Sam, why don't you ask for parole?
Man, I don't want no parole. Don't you know there's a depression outside?
All right, Egan. Time to leave. Come on, Egan. Wake up. Come on.
Get those men back in their cells.
Why?
Don't argue. Get them back in there. Hurry up. Come with me. Get those men back in their cells. Get them back in there. All right. Get your cells. Get them in there. Back you'll have to wait. Come in, cells. Back you go. All right. Get in. Go on.
Straight through the heart.
Yep. Somebody murdered Big Mike.
But, boss, this is bigger than just murder. With election coming on and the DA praying for something against the governor, and now he's got this. Murder right in the state prison.
How did a gun get loose in a state prison?
Ha! That's what the DA is going to ask. And the warden is the governor's appointee and pal. Boss, let me stay up here. The warden's a friend of mine. If I put it up to him in the right way, he'll let me in on what happens. Okay. I'll check with you as soon as I get something.
Oh, now smile, real pretty. Hold it now. Oh, that's swell. Come on, get in, Joe. Come on. Oh, that's a peach for me. Say, ain't you ever going to quit ruining my life?
Oh, Sig, I've got another idea.
Yeah, as if I hadn't got enough to worry about.
He was killed within the last 3 hours.
He was alive when I took the count at 6:30.
Are you sure?
He spoke to me. Said he hated to leave.
When did you see him last?
I made the count at 7:30. I thought he was sleeping. I had no reason to go in the cell.
So the last man who may have seen Mike alive was the one man who wanted to see him dead.
Now, Williams, don't jump at conclusions.
That's what I've got to say in the paper, Warden, because it's the truth.
Search every cell in the prison. There's a gun somewhere, and we've got to find it.
You know, Warden, a lot of people are going to wonder how a gun got in here.
Hey, here come the screws. They're frisking the joint. Hey, Jim, they're frisking for a rock. They're looking for a gun. They're going through the joint.
Let me know you're coming the next time. I'll bake a cake for you. Hey, Varner, come here. Look at this. .45 caliber. The same that killed Egan. I'll take this to the warden.
Look at this contraband. A little of everything. And I'm surprised that they haven't smuggled a machine gun in here.
This is the bullet that killed Egan. And this is the shell it came from.
An inmate tossed this shell from some cell in that block. You men made the search, but you did not find the gun.
We turned the prison upside down, Warden.
But you did not find the gun. It's still somewhere in this prison and may be used again. What is it?
Captain Rourke, to see you, sir.
I'll see him in my office. Continue the search. Find that gun.
In other words, the district attorney wouldn't object to running for governor next election.
All right, Captain.
Oh, hello, Warden. The district attorney arranged with the governor for me to come up and take charge of this case.
And if you could make it look as if the present governor's appointee can't handle things in the state prison, that's good campaign copy for the DA. Correct?
How did this guy get in here?
Well, Captain...
Do you mind if I tell him? I told the warden that if he'd let me work on the inside in this case, my paper would give him full cooperation in getting the truth before the public. Any objections from you?
Come on, Warden, let's get started.
I'm responsible for what happens in this prison, Captain. Legally, I could refuse to accept your authority, but you're a trained detective. I'll cooperate with you as far as I can. I trust the desire to cooperate for the best interest of justice is mutual.
Okay, let's get started.
Egan was here.
Where's Sladen's cell?
Right here. The two men who came in with Sladen. One of my guards found the exploded cartridge here.
Why, Sladen could have shot Egan without moving out of his own cell. It's a cinch.
We found nothing in Sladen's cell.
Of course you didn't. Get Sladen up here. I want to talk to him. Now, let me handle this guy, Warden. All right, come in.
Well, if it ain't my old school teacher.
Yeah, and you better know the right answers. Sit down.
Thanks. And what's today's lesson, teacher?
You're a tough guy, ain't you, Sladen?
You must have been reading the papers.
Shut up. Sladen, you killed Mike Egan.
Are you telling me or asking me?
I'm telling you, where's that gun?
What gun?
The gun you killed Egan with.
I wish I had killed him. I'd like to shake hands with the guy that did the job.
You killed him, all right. Who brought that gun into you?
Santa Claus.
Don't be smart. After you killed Egan, what'd you do with that gun?
I swallowed it, flatfoot.
Come on, answer
That's enough of that, Captain Rourke.
Why don't you take him back to his cell and give him a dish of ice cream?
I told you I'd welcome your cooperation in this case. But as long as I'm responsible for the inmates of this prison, you'll treat them humanely.
All right, let me talk to Sladen's pals.
Both of them are working on night jobs now. It may take a few minutes to get them. Get Parks and Actors.
Warden, Miss Rogers has something to say to you that I think is important.
Why don't you stay out of here?
It may be the motive for the murder. Go ahead, Jane. Tell them what you just told me.
Mr. Egan told me just a short time ago that he had $300,000 in cash, hidden where nobody could find it.
$300,000 where?
He never told me where.
You say nobody knew about this but you?
I didn't say that. He might have told someone here, or someone might have found out.
But you believe he had it.
Mike Egan didn't make up stories.
The warden said I'd come down here and check over Mike's things for Miss Rogers. Help yourself. Say, you like it around here, don't you?
Yeah.
Reminds me of my office. Say, here's something I can't figure. What's that? Epigrams of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius. Must be one of those Chicago mobsters. Marcus Aurelius wrote a highbrow book. Something college professors read, I guess. But Mike never read a book like that in his life. Say, who's the prison librarian? A trustee by the name of Anderson. Why? Oh, just an idea.
This is Pop Anderson.
I want to speak to the warden right away. I know he's with the detectives. That's what I want to talk to him about. You know I wouldn't bother the warden unless I had a good reason. Ask him to call me. Thanks.
Hello. Hello. Something wrong in the library.
Come on, Jack. You stay here, Donovan. Mr. Williams, what's the matter? What's happened? I told you to quit playing detective, didn't I? Well, who slugged you?
Huh, you tell me.
Where's Pop Anderson?
I don't know. I came in, no lights, the phone ringing. Somebody grabbed me. We wrestled. Whew. Boy, whoever he was, he sure could hit.
You fight somebody and you don't know who?
Couldn't even see his face. Oh, pardon me.
Oh, that's all right.
How did you get here?
The men you sent me to get had just gone off duty. I started back to the cell block. As I passed the door there, I heard somebody moaning. I came in and found Mr. Williams on the floor.
Did you see anyone leave the library?
No, sir.
Did you put this receiver back on the hook?
I never touched it.
Find Pop Anderson. Check all corridors. Report on all prisoners at liberty at this hour. I know Anderson's supposed to be on duty in the library, but he's not here. Find him.
That guard, I just remembered. He heard Mike tell me about the $300,000.
Don't say anything about it now.
We're wasting time. You, Stone, round up all the trustees in this wing.
All right, bring them in here.
Hello, operator. Give me long distance to city dispatch as fast as you can.
Williams, what's the idea?
Oh, nothing much. Take a look, Warden.
It's Pop Anderson.
Hello, give me the city desk. Hello, boss. One more murder for you.
During the last 24 hours, 2 ghastly murders have been committed within these walls. The people of this state demand that these murders be solved and the murderer brought to justice. I am forced to take action. Therefore, at this time, I notify you as warden and the people of this state through you, ladies and gentlemen of the press, that unless this reign of terror ends and the murderer or murderers are apprehended at once, I shall be forced to demand your resignation.
Governor, couldn't you fire him now so I could put it in my paper today?
I've made my statement. I have nothing further to say at this time.
Oh, nobody ever tells me anything that they don't tell everybody else, too. I don't know what's the matter with me.
If I was your best friend, I could tell you.
Governor, this piece of cloth was found clutched in Pop Anderson's dead hand. Obviously, it was torn from the coat of the man who murdered him.
Are you going to tell us that? I already told you, Governor, that came out of a convict's coat. All I got to do is to find a convict with a piece torn out of his coat, and he's a murderer. It's simple.
Almost too simple, Captain Rourke.
I'm handling this case, Sherlock.
I think Captain Rourke knows what he's doing, Mr. Williams.
Do you mind if I borrow this for a little while?
All right, but don't forget to bring it back.
Here's a card from the prison library with a record of the epigrams of Marcus Aurelius.
So what?
I'm talking to the warden. I found an envelope in Mike's cell with the name of this book on it. Now, Mike didn't read books, especially nothing as highbrow as Marcus Aurelius.
Well, what has that book got to do with this case?
That's what I was looking for in the library. The book isn't there now. But this card shows that the book was there just before Pop Anderson was killed, and that Mike Egan checked the book out repeatedly.
When Pop Anderson called, he told the operator he had something important to tell me.
Maybe Pop found out something about Mike Egan's dough.
Whatever he found out was in that book. And Mike's murderer had to kill Pop to protect himself.
Find that book, and you have the murderer.
Yes. Now, all you have to do is find the book.
Sure. Oh, don't you worry. I'll find it all right.
I tell you, that guard heard every word Mike said about the money.
And he hated Mike.
Stone was in charge of this whole tier. He says he saw Mike Egan alive that morning.
Yeah, so he says.
I'll talk to him. Varner,
Yes, sir.
get Stone.
Yes, sir.
I still can't believe it. So none of you guys are going to talk, eh? Well, don't worry, Slayton. We know you killed Mike Egan.
Yeah, and I suppose I killed Pop Anderson, too. Or maybe you forgot I was with you when it happened.
I don't forget anything. I know what I'm talking about.
Well, if you know so much, maybe you can tell us who killed Cock Robin.
All right, smart boy. I'm not through with you yet. I'll be seeing you.
You can see me anytime.
Yeah, we ain't going no place.
Take him out of here.
Don't move. Don't yell. Fix him. Get the keys. Get the keys. Pick up those keys. Pull them in the cell and close the door. Get in.
Hi, Fred. Hey, which way did Stone go?
Stone? Who's he?
Keep
your hands down. Hey, shut up. One squawk out of you and I'll blast you wide open. Okay, open it up. You're gonna walk along with us. Anybody stops us, you'll get it first. You better get us through. These guys will go in front. I'll walk along with you. We're pals. Get going.
See, I don't like this.
Shut up.
And that's the story, as these people told it to me.
Well, I ought to slap you in jail for obstructing justice.
If you stop and think, you may realize that up until now, I've done more than you have to help make sure justice is done.
I'll handle Stone. If Slayton didn't do it, Stone did.
Sherlock, you're marvelous.
Oh.
That guy upstairs hears us. You tell him it's okay.
I'll tell him nothing.
You'll tell him.
Take a shot at me now, and you won't live 10 seconds. Get up there.
Get over there.
Give me police headquarters. Hello, police. I just arrived at Sladen. Yeah, he just got out of my cab. He went into the Manor Hotel on 38th Street.
Good evening. Good evening, Warden.
Captain Roth, by what authority? Warden, these two guys know something, and I'm going to find out what. One of them searched Sladen's cell. Him. He didn't find a gun, though, but Sladen found it. And when Sladen held him up, Stone didn't put up a fight.
He would have killed me.
Ah, Sladen wouldn't do that to a pal. As for this brave hero...
I waited my chance to give the alarm.
You did all any man could do.
I'm doing all I can do to get this thing cleared up around here. Warden, I want you to keep these men here in a prison hospital where I can watch them.
I want to do all I can to cooperate with you, Captain. I'll have another guard take over your duties for the time being.
But, Warden, I'm all right. I can...
Murray.
Yes, sir.
You make Varner's rounds for him tonight. Where are your keys? That's all?
Yes, sir.
Warden, did you ever hear of that before?
Where did you find this?
In Sladen's cell.
There was no gun in the cell when I searched it. There was no book.
You're a liar. Take a look at that. As near as I can tell, there was a key hidden in the cover of that book. And I figured that was the key to wherever Mike Egan hid his $300,000. One of you guys, maybe both of you.
Captain, I just got the expert's report.
But what was it?
He said the gun Sladen used to shoot his way out is the same gun that killed Mike Egan.
That's all I wanted to know.
Leave it alone. Quiet.
What do you want? What are you doing here?
I need a hideout for a while. Cut it. If you pick up that phone, you're dialing the Undertaker. I said to myself, there's only one place where the cops wouldn't look for me. Now, that's right here. You may not be much of a cook, but then I ain't very particular.
Did you see this guy come in here?
No, I didn't.
Hey, Sarge, look here. Jane Rogers, 307.
Jane Rogers? Say, that's the girl who worked for Mike Egan. Come on, boys.
I'll have some coffee now. And after that, a nice, juicy steak. Rare. About that thick. We'll phone out for it. I'll be around here for a couple of weeks. Maybe more. Any objections, sister? One yelp out of you and I'll...
All right, Sladen, relax. So you were in with this guy, huh?
He was here when I came in. He said that...
This dame's on the up. I'll tell it to the captain.
But surely you don't think...
Lady, I don't get paid for thinking. Orders were to take this guy back to prison for questioning as soon as we got him. Let's go. Her too.
This gun killed Mike Egan. Sladen used it when he broke prison. The same gun was taken off Sladen when he was arrested. Now, only a guard could have smuggled this gun to Sladen. Stone and Varner say they were taken by surprise and held up. Sladen says that he was surprised to find a gun in his cell. He couldn't imagine how it got there. Jane Rogers says she was surprised when she found Sladen in her apartment. Well, I wasn't surprised. From the moment I took charge, I knew convicts were implicated, but I also knew that those convicts had help from the outside.
Oh, Captain Rourke, I think you're wonderful.
I like you too, baby. Now shut up. After the break, this book was found in Sladen's cell. A key had been taken from the book. Probably the key to wherever Mike Egan hid his $300,000. Now, only one person admits she knew that Mike Egan had $300,000 put away. Jane Rogers. A convict had to cooperate to make Egan's murder possible. Two guards had that opportunity, Stone and Varner. Jane Rogers made a deal with a guard. That guard brought this gun into a convict. That convict killed Mike Egan, shooting from his own cell directly opposite Mike Egan's cell, with a silencer on the gun. The marks of the silencer are visible on this gun. Egan was murdered for money. Anderson was murdered because he discovered Egan's secret. Sladen was promised a getaway. I'm taking Stone and Varner to New York tonight for further questioning, and I'm filing first-degree murder charges against Ed Sladen and Jane Rogers.
I didn't do it. I tell you, I had nothing to do with it.
All right, go ahead and play that over on your typewriters. Come on, come on. Well, Governor, it looks like your troubles are over.
Operator, get me the city dispatch and hurry it.
I still can't believe Stone and Varner are implicated.
After all, Captain Rourke has built up a very good case.
Hello, get me the city desk.
Let me ask you one question, Warden. If Stone or Varner didn't get that gun for Sladen, who did?
Listen, Williams, we just got a flash in the News Bureau. Sladen and the girl under arrest. And you try to tell me not to print the story.
Sladen and the girl had nothing to do with it. Of course I know what I'm talking about. That's one difference between me and Captain Rourke. Now, here's the story, boss.
You're drunk or crazy or both. Anyhow, you're fired. I said fired.
I got the first clue to the real murderer when I had that fight in the prison library. The guy who killed Pop Anderson got away, but Pop tore a chunk off his coat. Captain Rourke looked for a convict with a torn coat. Of course, he didn't find the coat, but he let me have that piece of cloth for a while. I took the cloth to an analyst. He found traces of lint on the underside of the cloth. Lint from blue serge. You follow me, Rourke?
Why do you think I suspect Stone and Varner? Go ahead with your story.
Whoever killed Pop and slugged me wore a convict suit. But that lint proves that he wore a convict suit over a blue serge suit. I figured if lint would come off of a serge suit onto a convict suit, the lint would come off of a convict suit onto a serge suit. So I went looking for serge suits. And I found the right one.
Come on, Williams. Whose suit was it?
So then I knew who killed Pop Anderson.
Well, who?
Take it easy, Rourke. It was the same guy who killed Mike Egan.
Oh.
The man who killed Mike Egan planted that gun in Sladen's cell. Only he didn't tell Sladen that the gun had already been used once to kill Big Mike. The killer wanted Sladen to make a break. He figured he and his boys would all be killed in the getaway. The gun would be found on Sladen, and naturally, everybody would figure that Sladen was the killer. Oh, yes, and the real killer planted the book in Sladen's cell after the break.
If you know who it is, why don't you tell us?
In a minute, Captain. The killer's scheme to cover himself went wrong because Sladen wasn't killed. And the killer couldn't go after Mike's money because it'd look suspicious if he left the prison at this time.
Sladen left.
But Sladen didn't have the key.
The key?
The key to the real murderer was just that, a key. And I found it.
Where did you get this?
Cute, isn't it? Now, here's the laugh, boss. Mike had Uncle Sam take care of his money for him. The key was for a post office lockbox in Brooklyn. Sure. Mike put 30 $10,000 bills in an envelope and addressed it to himself under the fake name that he used to rent the box. $300,000, Mike Egan's money. And the murderer who killed two men trying to get it is right here in this room. All right, don't rush me. I'll tell you who it is. His name is...
Right, Slattery. Stay in the back of
Well, Captain, here's your man.
Just as I thought. Take him, men.
Have another sandwich?
Yeah, I'll take one more.
You knew all the time and you let me suffer.
It was just the reporter in me.
Mr. Williams, would you mind telling me...
Anything I can tell you, Governor.
How did Varner know about Mike's money? How did he know about the key?
Varner saved Mike's life in that fight with Sladen. Mike probably figured that Varner was his best friend. He was just a kid. He loved to talk. He probably told Varner all about it.
How did you find the key?
Captain Rourke found the key for me.
Well, it's nice to know I was of some help to you, Williams.
Yes, you put Varner under arrest. You made him turn over his key ring to the other guard. I followed that guard and asked him to let me see the key ring. And I found right in the middle of Varner's prison keys a post office lockbox key.
Well, blow me down.
Hello? No, this is not the warden. This is Governor Dayton. Who? The city editor of the Dispatch. Yes, Mr. Williams is right here. Let me congratulate you on having such a brilliant young man on your staff. Yes, I said brilliant. What did he do? I just finished telling you how he solved the state prison murders.
He told me what? Oh, yes, of course. So he did. Put him on the phone, please.
Your city editor would like to speak to you, Mr. Williams.
Now, don't go away, will you?
Thank you. This is Mr. Williams speaking, formerly of the Dispatch. Is there something I can do for you?
Yes, there is. Listen, you. What was the governor talking about?
Oh, nothing much. Except we just caught the state prison murderer. I tried to tell you about it a while ago, but you hung up on me.
Do you mean to say you were talking into a dead phone?
I was talking to Varner, but he didn't know it. Neither did I. What? Oh, I beg your pardon. Well, no, I couldn't possibly come back to work for less than a $50 raise. Besides, how can a guy get married on what you're paying me? What? You say if I get married and settle down, you raise me 75? Oh, well, you see, it's like this.
I couldn't be of any help, could I?
Okay, it's a deal. Goodbye.